to another episode of Jacks of No Trade, the show where two guys try to do stuff they don't know how to do. Me and my brother being the two guys. My brother's not here right now, but I will forge ahead with this new project. I say new project, but you know, it's that time of year again. We've been here before. It's time to tap the maple tree. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, we've done this 2 times already. Why are we doing it again? Well, I thought you guys might like to see it, for one thing. And for another thing, we're going to try to do it a little differently this year. The actual tapping of the maple tree is going to be the same. I'll just go through it and show you how to do it again. Hopefully I can master it this time. Last time we went okay. The buckets were a little bit janky. But other than that, yeah, it's probably going to be the same thing. So, I'm going to go look for the buckets and clean them out. And then we'll get to tapping the maple tree. As you can see, it's a little bit rainy today. I got the buckets. Whoa, Nelly! They were down in the basement. I guess there was a little bit of moisture in there. It's dirty a little bit and it's a little wet. It smells like dirt. The other ones, this is the driest one. It's dry in there, but it's still a little bit dirty. This one had a little bit of like wetness and it was a little gunky. I don't know what that was all about, but I'm spraying that out with the garden hose right now. And I'm going to use a little bit of dish soap and my brush. Just going to try to give it a good once over out here. Then I'll bring them into the kitchen and clean them again. Maybe use some sort of sanitizer too. Well, I'm going to put the soap in the bucket. It likes to spray right back in my face. All right. So it's February 17th. Today. The weather this whole winter has been kind of in the 40s, upper 30s. Didn't really get below freezing too much. One time, like for 3 days or so, it was like 12 degrees or something. I wasn't here, I was in Florida at that point. Dodged a bullet there. You're supposed to tap a maple tree when it's above freezing in the day and below freezing at night. I think it's only I think you only need it above freezing at night because that slows the production of maple sap. I don't know. I'm just guessing. Jesus. It's a little bit cleaner. Yeah. I know I said last year that I was going to store these in a place where they didn't get like this. Last year I stored them in the shed over there. And they got they got covered in sawdust and spiders and cobwebs and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, not doing that again. So I stored them in the basement, which was probably worse because it just gets damp down there. We still have the problem of the spider webs and all the creepy crawlies and stuff like that. So I didn't do it right. Surprise. So this year, after I clean them out, which is the problem, I usually just dump the maple out of them, maple sap, put them to the side, and I just forget about it for a year. This year, I'll try to remember to clean them out, store them in a dry place that's clean, like inside the house. Alright, now I'll take them inside to do a second washing. Okay, so I cleaned all my buckets out here. I got the lids. I got my spiles in this cup here. 3 spiles. 3 hooks. I got these spiles that go into the tree. This end here, over here, goes into the tree. You tap it into the tree. Well, I usually tap on this part. I don't know if you're supposed to do that because it bent once, but you tap it, this spile, into the tree, and that's called tapping the tree. I have to drill into the tree with a hole that will accommodate the spile, which is the 7/16 drill bit. And I'm going to put that into the drill. I'm only supposed to go in, I think, 1.5 inches into the tree. Otherwise I might damage the tree. You don't go into the heartwood. That's what it's called if you go too far down into the tree. So I'm going to mark this drill off about 1.5 inches, and then I'll know where to stop. Alright, so this is the spile I'm going to put into the tree. And the bucket's going to hang off this hook. I'm going to put this hook onto the spile here. Up on that hole up there. So it's attached. And the bucket will hang off of this once this is in the tree. I'll show you just in a second. So here's my maple tree in the backyard, in which I will be gathering my maple sap. You want to put it in this where it gets sunlight. The sun rises over there. And it goes across the sky like this. So just kind of anywhere on this side of the tree I think is okay. Put a bucket there, over here, and then one on the other side. So you want to go into the tree at a little bit of an angle. Like not straight in, just kind of down a little bit like that. So the sap will flow down. Go in right to that mark. That's where the mark is. So that's the hole, and I'm going to put the spile into there. It's weird because it's usually the sap starts coming out right when I put the hole in. Here's my spile. I'm going to put it into the tree right there. Like that. Use the butt of this to tap it in here. That should do it. I'll hang the bucket up now. So the bucket's going to hang on the hook here through that little hole in the bucket. Like so. Now what I'm going to do is put this lid onto the spile. Try to get this tube here to line up with the hole there. And I'm going to put this rod through that. Like that. So the lid stays onto the spile and it covers the bucket. I think that was the smoothest that's ever went. The sap should come out of here and drop down into the bucket. Now I'm going to put the rest of the buckets up. Here we go. I hung all the buckets up here. Like this. Like that. There's nothing coming out of this tree right now. The last couple times I did it, as soon as I put the spile in, it started dripping. So stay tuned. Once we get all our maple sap together, we've got something different in mind to make the maple syrup this year. Maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Maybe it'll work, and maybe it won't. I cannot say that. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll work, and maybe it won't. Stay tuned to find out. I did a little Google search and figured out why the sap isn't coming out. If it stays too cold, the sap won't come out, but also if it's too warm, it won't come out either. and it's been like 60 to 65 degrees the past 2 days. And into the night, I think it's even been kind of warm. So I think that's why it's not coming out right now. But the good news is the weather is going to be warm today, but it's going to go down to 23 at night. Then it's going to warm up in the day tomorrow, then go down again. So that's perfect conditions for gathering sap. So we'll check in on it tomorrow. Okay, here we are. It's been a couple of days since we tapped the maple tree. And here's our maple bucket. And it is collecting, as you can see. It's very slow, but it was cold last night and it's warming up, so I think that difference sort of speeds it up. It's probably just getting warmed up right now. How much we got in a couple of days? It's a good amount. This bucket is a 3-gallon bucket, so it's probably got maybe 2 gallons in there. These two over here did a little less collecting than that one did over there. I'd say these are got maybe halfway, so 1.5 gallons. Well, maybe about 5 gallons altogether, which is enough for us to make some syrup with. So, yeah. That's collecting maple syrup for the 3rd year in a row. Well, I wasn't collecting maple syrup, I was collecting maple sap. But we'll be turning this into syrup in due time. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. That's this. There's a little button down there. It looks like a guy doing this, or just not a guy, just that. You go ahead and click that, and it likes our video. You like our video, and it's you clicking this tells it that you like the video. It's crazy internet stuff. If anyone out there collects maple syrup and you'd like to share any sort of tips or methods with us, go ahead and leave us a comment down below. We'd like you to subscribe to our channel, if at all possible. If you're new, we have about 50 odd videos in our back catalog. Go check those out, so YouTube knows that we're actually out here making content for you guys. We'd like to get seen as much as possible, and we'd like to do this sort of stuff as much as possible. The more we can do it, the more we can grow as a channel and do crazier and crazier stuff for you guys. So I'm really looking forward to doing a little more bigger scale things for you. And we can't do that unless YouTube circulates and people view our channel and subscribe to us. So we'd like you guys to subscribe so we can keep on doing more cool stuff for you. I'm out here making a fool of myself for the neighbors. Huh? Hope you liked this video. We are the Jacks of No Trade. Catch you next time.